Good afternoon. What we're going to try to do here today is very quickly go through the process that an application developer might go through to create a Windows Azure application running against a data source, which happens to be SQL Azure. And we're going to see if we can put that all together in under 10 minutes. Okay, so the first place to start here is just to give you some background is I have set up a SQL Azure data source, and that is in my developer portal for SQL Azure, and you can see I have a number of databases. The most recent one that I've set up here is this HOL test DB, which is a database that has been populated with tables, with a subset of tables from the Microsoft AdventureWorks sample. And it was trivial to do that, and maybe I'll go through it at some other time, but for now let's just imagine that we have this data source up in the cloud, which we do. Okay, so the next thing that we can do then is connect to that data source in SQL Server Management Studio, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, I've basically got here a SQL Server database running in the cloud, and I can administer that and design that and build that using the same visual tools that I've always been able to use when I've built SQL Server databases. So this is pretty cool. I mean, we've got a customer table here, and so we can take a quick look into the data that's in our customer table, for example, and you know, I can use these powerful visual tools that I've come to know and love, and I think that's great that we can interact with data in the cloud using tools that are more sophisticated than simple command line utilities. Okay, we've only got about 7 minutes left, so now we have to get into the meat of it, which is using Visual Studio to create an application that we can use and that we can connect to that data. So I'm going to just go ahead and create a new project, and it's going to be a cloud service project, obviously, and I'm going to call it My Adventure. And I'm going to just add a an ASP.NET web role into that project, and we're going to just call this web role My Adventure web role. Okay, so when this creates, the first thing that you will notice is that we get a lot more out of the box than we used to. We actually now get a fairly sophisticated web form project that has a site master and a default ASPX page. And we're just going to go ahead here quickly and customize this default.aspx page. But it's kind of interesting to see that we also get you know, some additional stuff out of the box. We'll get a framework for a simple forms-based authentication, which won't actually work in the cloud until we wire it up, and we'll get an about page and various things. So let's customize this default page. Okay, I'm going to just switch into design view here because I'm a wimp and like visual tools, and I'm going to go ahead and just pin open my toolbox. Maybe I won't say welcome to ASP.NET here, or maybe I'll say welcome to my adventure. And I think I'll probably get rid of that. I'm going to drop in to that spot a grid view control, and then I can use the smart tag here to go ahead and configure this grid view, and I'm going to choose a new data source, and this is going to be a SQL database, and I will just go ahead and accept the default ID for that data source. And now I'm going to make a connection to my SQL Azure database. And here is where I can put the server name. Okay, so I'm going to just grab my server name from my Azure Developer Portal, and I'm going to just drop that right in there. And I have to use SQL Server authentication. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and log in as myself. And hopefully that should find a database now that I can attach to. And just to be doubly sure, I'll test the connection, and it says it succeeded, so that's great. And I can go ahead and say next. And yes, let's just save that with the default name. Okay, now I have to create a query, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to specify a custom SQL select statement. This is just going to be a simple read-only query on this data, but I'm going to go ahead and use this visual query builder, and I'm going to just choose some. I'm going to choose the customer table, and I'm going to pull in the customer ID, the title, first name, last name, company name, email address, and phone number. Say that sounds like a good, that sounds like what I want in my grid. So I'll say okay, and I say next. I get the opportunity to test that query, and now it actually goes out and shows me what some real data coming back from that database is going to look like. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and say finish, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to open this site master. And I think that's probably all I want to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this. Okay, so here comes my application. That's pretty good. I got my about page here. I haven't put anything in there, but on my home page, I've got this kind of nice data form here. I've got a login capability. As I said, this is not going to work in the cloud because it's not wired up, but there it is. Okay, we got about a minute and a half here, so let's see if we can now deploy this thing to the cloud. I'm logged into my Azure Developer Portal. I'll go to my project, and let's create a new service. I'm going to call this service, it's going to be hosted service. I'm going to call it KK Adventure. And, we'll check availability. Call it KK Adventure. And oddly enough, it's available. So I'm in the US, so I don't care anywhere. And let's create it. Cool. Okay, let's see if we can deploy from within Visual Studio. I'm going to deploy or publish this project, and I should be able to choose my previously established credentials. And we're gonna I'm not gonna do staging. I'm going directly into production, and let's just see how that works out. Okay, it seems like our deployment is completed, and I should now have a URL for that deployment. Oh my gosh, it worked. Please attend Learning Tree course 2602 if you want to learn more about these techniques.